Iran protests continued on Sunday in more cities. Protests renewed in Tehran and several Iranian cities on Sunday evening, marking the sixth consecutive day of protests against the regime's policies, with some violent clashes erupting between protesters and security forces in some cities. Protesters in the center of Tehran were chanting "Death to the Dictator." A video showed security forces trying to attack protesters, while some young men burnt trash bins to obstruct the security forces' advance. Violent clashes also erupted between protesters and riot police in the park of Tehran's theatre, and, according to some reports, there were violent clashes between protesters and riot police in Qom and Karaj. Activists said that the government shut down cellular services and cut off the internet in both Qom and Karaj to prevent citizens from publishing photos of protests and clashes. Meanwhile, in Kasserine, in the Fars province, hundreds of people protested in the city centre and chanted anti-regime slogans. Pompeo: sanctions to be enforced until Iran behaves like a normal country. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo vowed on Sunday that the United States would enforce the sanctions it is reimposing after President Donald Trump pulled out of the 2015 nuclear pact. As of 4:01 GMT on Tuesday, the Iranian government can no longer buy US banknotes, and broad sanctions will be slapped on Iranian industries, including its rug exports. Karaj, Iran. Repressive forces kill a young man, arrest a number of protesters. On Friday, August 3rd, a young man from Karaj, Reza Otadi, was shot dead by regime forces during the demonstrations in the city. A large number of protesters were also arrested. On Saturday, August 4th, the Revolutionary Guard's Fars news agency said, "During last night's riots in Karaj, one person was shot dead by unknown individuals and 20 others were arrested." According to field observations of the Fars news reporters, leaders of the riots were mostly selected from women this time. 14th day of strike by truck drivers in cities across Iran. The second round of strikes by truck drivers, which began on July 23rd in different cities in Iran, continued on its 14th day on Sunday, August 5th. The nationwide truck drivers' strike resumed its initial strike as drivers refused to load cargo in order to protest the government's failure to handle their demands over the high costs of spare parts, retirement insurance, high commission fees and other demands. The strike of truck drivers, which began on July 23rd, has spread to more than 140 cities across 31 provinces in Iran.